Hi, guys. Welcome to Bible Breakdown. We're doing Psalm chapter 55. This psalm is titled Betrayal by a Friend for the choir director with string instruments, a maskil of David. So, this psalm is assumed to be in accordance to 2 Samuel chapter 15 when Ahithophel, which was David's really close friend, traded on him and went with David's son. So, just to start off with verses 1 to verse 8. I wrote that this is a good example of how to be real with God when you're in a time of need. So, David, in this point, he was at a low point and was able to tell God, all his feelings, why he was feeling it, what was the cause, etc. He also went into depth about, what he would do in the situation. So, in verses, I'm trying to see, 6, it says, I said, if only I had wings like a dove, I would fly away and find rest. So he's like, if I had it in my power to just fly out of the situation, I would. And I feel like sometimes we as Christians, we as believers of Christ, try to mask our feelings and be bigger than what we're actually feeling. So if we're really sad, we try to act like we're not that sad, knowing that God already knows our feelings. So you might as well be real. But I say all that to say, David really did what he had to do when it came to expressing his feelings to God. Then to continue for verses 9 to 15, I wrote that David calls on the Lord as a result to bring deliverance to him and place judgment on his enemies. And on top of that, David wants to bring death on his enemies because of the evil that they do. So in verse 15, it says, let death take them by surprise. Let them go down to Sheol alive, because evil is in their homes and within them. And if you continue to the next section for verses 16 to 21, it's giving David the proof that he needs, showing the request that he has to bring death upon his enemies is valid because they don't even respect God. In verses 18 and 19, it says, though many are against me, he will redeem me from my battles unharmed. God, the one enthroned from long ago, will hear and will humiliate them because they do not change and do not fear God. Then to end the chapter, I feel like it was a great reminder, and I wrote that being faithful to God doesn't provide immunity to hardships that you'll face, but you can rest assured that you have salvation. And on the other hand of that, I also wrote that people that go against the Lord will suffer. In verse 22, David is reminding us that we are able to express these feelings to God because he cares for us. It says, cast your burdens on the Lord and he will sustain you. He will never allow the righteous to be shaken. And I feel like verse 23 is kind of like, don't worry about your enemies because God's going to handle them when the time comes. So there's no need to fear. So that is the end of chapter 55. That is all I have for you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow for chapter 56. Love y'all. God loves y'all more. Have a great night.